Hey guys, I'm Katie Room from Periapsis Press, and I am up to 3 children now, and that's why I've been gone. um, so my youngest was born at the end of October, and I have finally got him to the point where I can put him down in a reasonable time to do a stream afterwards and not feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot by doing this instead of sleeping. So, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Hi to Doug Weiss and to Patrick. So, just kind of a low key, get myself back into the swing of things. I have a lot of Tolkien stuff and some cool things to show you guys from Christmas and post Christmas. And then I would like to talk to you guys about what I am planning for this year as well. And I never plugged in my lights behind me, so I can't use the remote to turn them on. Oh well, it's kind of dark back there. Bummer. And I am wearing my dark MAGA shirt. Pretty excited. This is probably the only time I'll ever be able to wear it, so I'm enjoying it. Okay, so I've already started posting reviews again. There was a long time at the end of last year where I just didn't have a lot to post. I had some bad luck because I only post reviews of books that I actually recommend and enjoyed. That means that anything that I read that I don't enjoy and don't recommend, I don't talk about, which means that there's a gap. So I had some bad luck last year. And then towards the end of the year, I was very pregnant and it was fall. So I was trying to get things done. And so reading went by the wayside for a bit too. But I've already posted a couple of reviews to my site for the new year. And one of those was a guest review. And I need to learn to do that. It would make my end of year review editing easier. And hi to Michael Kane. Thank you for coming. And I'm trying to think which ones I've posted. Actually, Michael Kane's second book in the After Moses series, I did a review of. I've completed his series up to current. So he has one more book coming out in the series this year. And I am now caught up. And those reviews will be coming out periodically in the next few months. So, sort of to explain to anybody who cares, the way that I do reviews is like I read whatever I want. And when I am an emotionally sensitive postpartum mom, what I want is something familiar. And so I reach for something that is either something that I've already read before or something that I am fairly confident is going to deliver an experience that I can reliably enjoy. So I do a lot of reading Tolkien and reading stuff that are like sequels to books that I've already recommend and know that I'm going to, with a fair degree of confidence, that I'm going to enjoy. So I have a whole stack of Michael Kane's books, and so I read those. Michael Caine mentions Patrick's review storm. It does look like a lot of work. Meant to start in June. Yeah, baby. And then I had a guest review. And I'll just show it to you guys. This guest review is by Michael Caine. Echoes Through Distant Glass by S. Kirk Pierce Challa. So again, for anybody who cares, right? The way that I do guest reviews on my site is I like to reach out to somebody whose opinion I generally share about books. Michael Caine and I were in a lot of agreement when we read Silence in Star Song. And S. Kirk Pierce Challa had 2 short stories in that anthology. So even though I have not personally read Echoes Through Distant Glass, I've read other stuff by her and I enjoyed it, and I trust Michael Caine. So that's kind of how I do guest reviews. I also don't want to just be like I want to promote indies, and I also want to promote other people who review indies. So that is why I do guest reviews. Okay. Patrick has done a couple of guest reviews for me as well. So I appreciate both of you guys. Okay. I got some cool stuff for Christmas. And 2 of them are book-related things, Tolkien stuff, generally. I'll start with something that wasn't a Christmas present that isn't Tolkien, just because David went to Half Price Books without me. he was over in that area, but he bought me something. I'll pull the sticker up. Well, yeah, that's gonna be an ordeal. The Dragon Lover's Guide to Pern. It's very, very cool. So this is illustrated by Todd Cameron Hamilton with maps and illustrations by James Klaus. And it has, in the front of it, it says, "Merry Christmas, Katie. Love, Mom, 1989. This is not me, but somebody else. I just thought that was funny. Hi to Anne. Thank you for joining us. This has got really detailed, like, essentially world building for Dragon Riders of Pern stuff. It's just black and white, but still very cool. And points out that all the Katies love books about dragons. That's a fact. I would not be surprised. Hi to Christopher Menkhaus. Thank you for joining us. So that's my one non-Tolkien item, but I wanted to show it to you guys. I have so many books on dragons. It's ridiculous. I should show you guys all of them sometime. Okay, 2 things that I said if I'm not getting for Christmas, I'm going to buy them. And then I got them both for Christmas. The Worlds of J.R. Tolkien. So this is real places that inspired Middle-earth. Well, I don't have anything like this, so I'm pretty excited about it. It's kind of your standard nonfiction book with pictures in the sort of inserted in the columns. Very cool. I'm very excited to read it. Maps, walking maps, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to read this and see you know, like just random Tolkien drawings, like stuff that I haven't seen before. Some stuff I know, I'm sure some of it I don't. I'm excited. So that's that one. Doug says, ooh. And then the other, of course, was the collected poems set. I'm very excited about these. They're so gorgeous. And I nearly lost it there. I do not have the appreciation for poetry that I probably ought to as an English lit major. But I'm excited to read more poetry, and I feel like this is an excellent place to start. I read the Noel poem out of this that I've been seeing pop up everywhere. It's so beautiful. Just loved it. Got together with Hannah. I don't know if you guys remember her from, she came to 2 book clubs for Silence and Star Song. She does poetry, and when she came over, we read some aloud, which is how poetry should be, in my opinion. Okay, so thank you for letting me geek out over those. Anne says, I'm very envious of the poetry book. It's so pretty. It is something that I was actually talking with Hannah about. It seems like, for all of their faults, the Tolkien estate is committed to the aesthetic because it sells, maybe, but like all of the books look really good. I mean, except for the, movie poster cover ones, right? Or TV show cover ones. But like those are gorgeous. They're beautiful. Michael Caine says Tolkien does good alliterative verse. Oh, yes. One of the poems that we picked out, like we were just talking about how, like, just the way that the language sounds. They know how to sell us books. Yes. They don't know how to sell us shows. Okay. One more Tolkien thing. So my sister bought me one of these puzzles that is, it's like a wooden puzzle, and the pieces, some of them are like regular puzzle shapes, and then some of them are like shapes of things. I don't know if you can see, there's an axe here. I think this one is supposed to be Frodo, maybe? He's got his hand kind of here. That's why I say that. Oh, here's Gollum. You can't really see on this side, but on this side, it's like clearly Gollum. I'm sure that, like, I have to make time to do this. Maybe on stream. Maybe a chill stream. It sounds nice. Got a ball rug. I have no idea why, because unless that is the picture that it makes. That's probably what it is. Oh, yes, that's what it is. The hilarious thing about this is it's these nice wooden pieces, and it comes in this fancy bag, And it comes in a wooden box that doesn't close. So hence the tape. I'm excited to try that out. I've seen ads for it. Probably a job shop type thing, but yeah. Anne says that's not going to be easy. Not a lot of different colors. Yeah. John Alcamp says, "Oh no, Katie room in a room making room for books." I hope I don't have to do any shuffling because I don't have time to do that these days. Okay. So the last thing that I have to show you guys so I've probably shown you these before. I've done these. I did this a couple times. So I got the Conqueror Challenge Lord of the Rings medals, and I've had them for a while. David is working on his project, 3D printing spaceships. While he has the 3D printer out, he made me a bunch of these. Just make sure they're not stands. Frames? Holders? Displays. That's probably what they are. So I'm just gonna put them in here, show them to you guys as I come to them, and then while I'm doing that, I'll talk about what I'm planning on doing here. So this is that Fellowship one. I really think this one's gorgeous, and it's kind of unfortunate that it ties so tightly because it's got the Nazgul on the back. And I might take this one off because this is the frame that I bought. So I ordered the frame from somebody on Etsy, and when it came, I tested the metal out on it and decided that it was something that I liked and that I wanted more of, and then I bought the pattern so that I could print my own, or David could print them for me. Patrick says they're mantelpieces. Try and do these in order. Let's see. Fellowship. I'm so confused. This one's the Fellowship, and this one is now these are locations. Went from Fellowship to locations. Okay. Thought this was going to be something easier. This is the Shire one, which is the most beautiful, of course. Doggone it. It makes sticky tack. Right on the green door. Come on. Come on. It's just too dark. I don't know why. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. And then it's got on the back an envelope, and inside the envelope is a ring. So, exciting things for the website this year. I am planning to do kind of a bit of an overhaul. I shouldn't say overall. It's not going to be that intense. Is it really a song from the 50s? Can't say that I am familiar. Professional for hire. Trying to get this. Oh, it's. I see what the problem is. Okay. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a brand transition. I have enjoyed the Periapsis Press effort, and I'm not going to be stopping. I'm still going to be probably doing at least another Christmas book, maybe this year. We'll see. This past year was not going to happen with the new baby, but we'll see about this next year. I'd like to do some other sorts of books as well, and we'll see how that goes. David's going to be working more on his stuff, obviously. So there's still things that I want to do with that. But I would like to change the branding on the website to Periapsis Reviews. And the reason for that, there's kind of a multitude of reasons. But I come across, not infrequently, people who think that all of the books on my website are actually published by me. And that the different indie authors are like my authors. And I also want to be clearer that I am a review site without always having to say, like, here's my reviews, right? Patrick says Periapsis Easter, Periapsis Flag Day, Periapsis Choco Taco Day. Michael K says, oops, probably related to my author's thing. I was intending to do like that this would be a much sort of bigger thing eventually, kind of an overarching project. And I actually, early on, before we bought domain names and stuff, was thinking about calling it Periapsis Project, but Periapsis Project is a real thing. Not as opposed to my fake thing, but I mean, like, as a like real science thing. Periapsis opinions. Toyota-thon. Very nice. Yes, I lose the alliteration. Katie Room Reviews. But it's totally different. Yeah. So that is a bummer. I like how Periapsis Press sounds, but I want something that says a little bit better what I'm doing now. Oh, that's too tight. There we go. So that's one thing that's going to be happening, hopefully relatively soon. Obviously, there's some technical things that I have to understand how to make work in order for that to happen. John says, I was on a C.S. Lewis forum in the early 2000s. The owner had to put a message in contact saying, "No, I'm not C.S. Lewis, and I won't do your homework for you." Patrick says, "I'm very PO'd." Has no, there's no way to view that as a negative. I'm not exact. You're gonna have to be more specific about what is a negative. If you're talking Periapsis theme park and resort opening when designator of Periapsis enjoyment dope. Oh, PO is Katie Periapsis opinions come. Yes. Sorry, I have to consult the directions here. Oh, I see. Okay. Down that way. Up. Okay. After I tighten things. Can't wait for Periapsis, the lunchbox, the breakfast cereal, the toothpaste. Yeah, so there's like a lot of things that I'd like to do in general towards the supporting of indies and making cool things. But my largest effort is obviously the reviews, which I love to do. So I'm just going to make that a bit more of a, for clarity and for like focus, brand focus. I'm going to try and do that. Periapsis Press will still be a thing. I still own that domain name and will still be doing stuff on the more like creative, like personal creative efforts and like the books and stuff that we've done under that a little bit separate. Obviously, my YouTube, nothing's changing. My website is going to be relatively unchanged except for a little bit of brand tweaking. Spaceballs reference, yeah. When are we going to be able to give you money to not review any of our books? I can't figure that out. I'm putting in some effort. That's another thing I want to try and do this year. Putting in some effort to make some fun, like bookmark stuff and like kind of merchy things, maybe t-shirts, stuff like that. But again, I'm wanting things to be. I want to be doing reviews and making sure that that's the focus. And I don't want my. I don't want to be an Etsy store, right? I want to be a reviewer. So there's not really a way to monetize that in a way that I feel comfortable doing still. But if you guys want some things, some cool stuff, I'd like to get some artists and make cool art and bookmarks and t-shirt type things that I would use and enjoy. Kind of a similar thing to, sharing things that I like in a way. Michael Caine says, seems like a money sink unless she starts hate reviewing. Anne asks, yeah, where is the parallel account where we get the unhappy reviews? Drop shipping sounds very sci-fi though. Dark Periapsis. Periapsis Unleashed. Dark Katie Room, aka Catherine Hallway. A flash game is type in adventure game called Reviewer's Quest. Not a bad idea. I like the idea of games because I like games. Okay, there's that one. I got it on there. Bum-ba-dum. Yay! And there is enough slack to lift it and look at the back and access, which is not super secret and safe, but yes, like it. Very good. Yes. Okay. I'll just keep going and yapping, which, multitasking, that's real good for my count. I am going to run out of room very fast here. I don't feel comfortable stacking them. Patrick says text-based games, old school. I also like text-based games, especially considering that it's a book review site. I feel like a text-based game is appropriate. It would be fun. I would have to think about how to implement it. Periapsis 2 Indies Revenge. Reviewer's Quest 2, The Perils of Katie in the Land of the Juniper Trolls. Oops. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Nope. More stuff that I'd like to do this year. I was going to try and do it last year, but then I got pregnant and got sick. Pregnancy sick and then regular sick. And then tried to assemble a outdoor play set. Just pay somebody to do it. Seriously. If you're thinking about buying a play set, just pay somebody. It was worth it. It was just an absolute nightmare. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that went on last year that prevented me from reaching my goal of 100 reviews on the website, which I feel like I've done so many reviews. I should be way past that by now, but I haven't. So that will happen this year. And I'd like to do fun stuff, giveaways and stuff. I am also pretty close to crossing 2,000 followers on Twitter. That's just kind of fun. But I don't know if I'm going to do anything necessarily. I just think that the reviews thing is a bigger deal. Oh, I just thought of something, you guys. Earlier this month, I was screwing around with the website and lost all of my likes / recommend this book count on the books. Just so dumb. And if you have gone and clicked those buttons in the past, please do it again. I really apologize. I use that for displaying I'll show you. Oh, come on. There you are. Okay, let's go home. So here's my website. It starts with recent posts. You can see we went from Black Friday to the new year with nothing. And then I have this Find Your Next Adventure. And you can search by books by genre, by length. These are just examples on the top. And then whether or not they have an audiobook. Well, crud. Where is that? Okay. All right. I guess I have one other thing that I have to remember to do when I have time. So I know I added one. Fourth tab. That was, I don't remember what I called it. Most recommended. So I will have to figure out what happened to that. But it shows the top books. And I would like it to show the top ones that you guys have hit the clicked that recommend this book button. Right now, I think it only shows the ones that have been commented on, because my big push has always been to get you guys to comment and leave your thoughts on the book that I've reviewed. And so the ones with the top number of comments are what's showing up there right now. But I would really like to be able to do by your guys's, just that button. But I'm struggling to find a plugin that does that without being a paid plugin, because I can't keep track of, can't keep adding things to pay for, right? You guys still come up with names? Like an old entertainment game where you win the game and then get a reward of a long essay about dinosaurs to read. Only it's a book review instead. Do X click this link? Do Y click this other link? Test your marriage. Build a small piece of furniture. Outdoor playset. Hard mode enabled. It is a huge stressor. Like, you have to have good weather. If you buy one that comes partially assembled and you think to yourself, I'm handy enough to assemble a playset, and if it comes partially assembled, then that should just fly together, right? No, actually, they build it too big for you to lift. So yeah, I thought it was going to come in panels. The tower section came fully assembled. Needed 4 people to move it to the backyard, and then we ran out of time that day, and then we couldn't schedule everybody to come back to set it up upright. And then so then I paid some guys to come and do it. But I thought to myself, all I need is for them to set it up and maybe attach the swing set frame to the tower, because I can totally assemble my giant pregnant belly. I could totally assemble the slide. It's a twisty slide. That thing was a nightmare. And we've gotten off topic, but Michael Caine's going to like his books. Thank you, Patrick. And thank you, Michael. I really appreciate it, you guys. I'm trying to build features into my website that make multiple ways that someone can find their next read, and that was one of them. But I lost them all. I was so mad. Tech, what can you do? Which way does this go? Oh, this way. Okay. What was I talking about before I remembered about the 100 reviews? I forgot to, I reached out and told people on my Discord that I was going to be doing my New Year authors to watch post, and then ran out of time and forgot about it. So I got to go back, and it's not too late to do that, right? You guys are still interested. Why does this one seem shorter than the other one? Am I not? Oh, here we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. I'm sure this is like super interesting to watch. We struggle with this. Patrick says, wow, I've actually read some fantasy. The lesser sci-fi. I want to read more sci-fi this year. Fantasy has always been my go-to. I'm very familiar with all of the fantasy tropes. But I want to read more sci-fi. Partially because I have enjoyed more than I thought I would a lot of the sci-fi. Probably because my experience with sci-fi was more depressing prior to switching to indies. I just kind of thought that I didn't like sci-fi. But I've really enjoyed it. And I want to read more. And partially because sci-fi seems to be more in demand with my audience, who are over 80% male. So that is fine. I don't care either way. I'm happy to read whatever. Sci-fi fantasy. I don't want to read historical drama, but I do want to be able to make recommendations to the people who care about what I'm saying. So, okay, there's Mines of Moria. There, and it does open. I've still got Patrick's comment up there. Sorry. And the back, of course, has the Balrog. This one I did not leave enough slack. But you can see Fly You Fools right up there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a really nice blue kind of glowy look in the lines. Is someone posting 2024 reviews in the later part of January? Yeah. Plus you have excuse. Baby. Squee face. Michael Caine said read Fenton Wood's Hacking Galileo. I have to do that. I bought it when I thought we were going to read it for the book club. So I should read that. It was so good. Oh, nice. Best one he read last year. Oh, I've got to read that. I have another guest review coming up of Fenton Wood's Nightland Racer book. So, and I've reviewed Yankee Republic. So I definitely want to check that out. Patrick says historical drama with velociraptors. The drama is the raptors. See, this is why I like sci-fi fantasy and indies in particular. Like things just go off the rails way more often. And I like it when things go off the rails. I like things to be wild and weird in my entertainment. Okay. I'm trying to... Okay, that's... I think... I have no idea which ones are... Okay, that one's definitely... Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe this one's next. I don't remember. It just doesn't really matter. Michael Caine says, I'd totally read a medieval survival story where a castle has to hold off a siege of dinosaurs. That would be cool. Like a period zombie film, except it's dinosaurs. Dinotopia, the adult version. Jurassic Siege. Anne says, improbable but not impossible. The paleontology nerds would want there to be feathers. Why do we have to put feathers on everything? Tyrannosaurus Lex Rex. Until they draw feathered dinosaurs that look cool, this will not be happening. Reptiles versus chickens get bent evolutionists. You guys have way more interesting conversations than I have things to talk about. So I'm just going to read off your chats. I have a couple of books about the origin of dragons, and one was like a kid's book about how dinosaurs were dragons. I don't even remember where I got it. But another one that I have talks about them in more psychoanalytic terms, or maybe like there's also stuff like from an evolutionary perspective too, like the concept of like like combining all of the great predators together. So I enjoy dragon theories. There we go. Come on. Little does Katie know that Patrick and Anne just use Katie's streams for her group chat. Fine with it. I don't know. Maybe Patrick doesn't want me to read off his comments since it feels like I'm using him for engagement. Isn't that what you said about my shorts? Michael Caine says, I have dragon opinions and they offend most fantasy readers. Lay it on us. Patrick says, only pulling the best. I guess that's okay. Thank you. The Bigfoot conundrum shorts, yes. Oh, that is something I was going to tell you guys about this year. I'm going to do more with the web, with the YouTube, with the YouTube. Wow. How old are you? I've actually recorded, and I will just be doing some editing on a brand new series of indie children's books with my daughter. So I have a few already. I'm going to get a few more that I've seen. And I sit with her. We read it together. I'm not going to show us reading it. I'll do a time lapse. And then we talk about it. So if that's something that interests you guys, you can listen to a cute little girl talk about these nice indie books for kids. And I will also be doing some more shorts. I'm a little bit better with the technology now, and some more videos. And I would like to do some more book clubs. So if you guys are interested, let me know, because I have fun, but I don't want to like obligate anybody. Patrick and Michael. And I also want to do actual review videos. I've got to figure out how to do those, how I want to do them. I kind of admire Patrick for just reading off his reviews with himself on camera. So I might do something similar if I can figure out how to pull it off. Oh yes, I remember this opinion. Yep. If it ain't Violet, ain't a dragon. I remember that. Yes. Dragons in the Western tradition are always evil. If your dragon is friendly, probably just a talking dinosaur. 9 and 6-year-old would love to listen to that. Yeah, it's fun. She's very well spoken until you put her in front of a camera. Apparently, I was like trying to get her to talk about it, the book that we read, and she was like, "Yeah." Like, come on. So we'll see how it goes. I'm sure she'll get more comfortable and stuff. We're just looking at the book, obviously not showing faces. Still kind of trying to keep our kids off of our kids' faces off of the internet. Oh, that sounds adorable. She is adorable, and I'm trying to monetize it. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter. Is rooted in the fact that people like giant lizards and want to ride them. That's true. That's true. Patrick says, I'm an apologetics show. I'm not going to freeform a review I've already done the work on. Valid. And I technically I have done the work, so I feel like my reading voice is like, it sounds like a reading voice. Maybe it's just me. Oh, nice. 6-year-old finally got into Narnia. Begging reading and not just a stall bedtime. Almost to meeting Aslan. I just don't get who Aslan is supposed to be. I'll have to consult Michael Caine. Ignoring Patrick. Free Narnian, hi, thank you for coming. The Welsh like dragons enough to make one their symbol. That's true. Patrick says we spend all this money on these kids. They need to earn their keep or go off to the acid mines. Hey, Fiona. Thank you for coming. Guy tried to return over $500. Yikes. People are weird. Free says it's a symbol of power and majesty like a lion. I don't think they thought of it as being a symbol of evil. True. It's more of a symbol of cool. Sorry, Michael, I'm siding against you here. I think that, as far as dragons are concerned, I like them as a concept enough that I don't care. I want both. I want riding dragons and also evil conniving dragons. I want them to be smart generally, though. I'm not sold on like animal, more like super like intelligent animal type depictions of dragons. Okay, I keep clicking this, so I apologize. This one is the Helm's Deep one. So it is an orc helmet with the hand, and underneath, assuming that's Isengard. And on the back is, I can't, it doesn't come up. I've done it too tight again. It's the doorway to that Aragorn goes to get the dudes to fight for him to fulfill their oath. It's got skulls and Underoath. I wish I could show it to you guys, but it is too tight. Bummer. Okay. Tugwai says, guess the next logical step is dragons with feathers. Thank you, Anne. Path of the Dead. Seems obvious in retrospect. Okay. I think this is the last one from this set. There's 2 sets here. And I've mixed them all up. I don't remember. But I think... And maybe I'll show it to you guys first instead of afterwards when I've locked it all down. So this one is Mount Doom. And you can take the ring from the first one and you can put it here. It slides out. I'll even do that for kicks and giggles. And then the back is Shelob. Golems there in the corner. I'm tempted to leave it in Mount Doom, but I also like it in the envelope. This one is, I will put it in this one because this one I can actually lift. And I don't know if I'll be able to do this one. Oh, it's not even the back anyway, it's the front. Oh, I already have those. Michael Caine says, if you make a good dragon, you divorce it from Western literary tradition. Put it in the wrong slot. I feel like things have to be defined if you're going to make a statement like that. How far back do you have to, like, how far back do you have to reach for it to be tradition as opposed to more recent stuff? And what counts as literature? Like, are we talking like just basically like everything from oral tradition and fairy tales, or what? I think in general, we've seen a softening of the Fae. But there has been a lot of dragons that are not necessarily evil in Western, like, children's stories. Not certain on my timelines for those, though, to make a like tradition argument in a valid structure. Oh, you find it right under that. St. George Beowulf Smog, Fafnir. Is the Hydra considered a dragon? I would say so. People say the same about elves too. Yeah, that's what I was just referring to. And what counts as the West? Yep. Michael King says, near as I can tell, the only good dragon older than a century in anything English is from the 1850s. Dragon, forgot about the Dragon of Revelation in that tradition. And then talking about Asian tradition, which is very different. And honestly, it's surprising to me that we use the same word for the Asian dragon, the lung, is that what it's called? And Western dragons. They're just so different fundamentally from one another in looks, in like they're more like associated with water than fire, and it's just interesting to me. Friendly sky cats, yeah. Ugh. Just don't have quite enough give here. Ugh. Mm. Okay, there we go. Got it. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So these ones are a little bit different. They're a little bit less interesting, but I wanted the complete set, so. Free Narnian suggests looking at it from the perspective of different fantasy creatures. Is a good elf really an elf or just a friendly alien then by this standard? If you can accept the innovation on the one case, why not another? I think this is a good point. I don't necessarily have examples to hand of like good dragons. like from the 1800s or whatever. But it's clearly an idea that is in our genre fiction, if not our quote unquote literature, in sort of pre the latest wave of like Asian influence. I don't know. I definitely can see why Michael wants it that way. I like them just too much to care to limit things. Michael Caine says he thinks that there's fair elves in Norse mythology. Doug Wise says, Tale of the Shipwrecked Sailor has a friendly supernatural lizard, though serpent might not be close enough to dragon. That's Egyptian Middle Kingdom. All right. There we go. Okay. Whew. Oh, did I show this to you guys? So this one is just Rohan. It's very clunky compared to the others. Guys, I started this I think conversation by saying I have offensive opinions on dragons. David Rome. Hi, babe. Babe, what is your good dragon? Is that your are you talking about not Uriel? Is that there's a different? No, it is Uriel, isn't it? Now I'm forgetting about I've got to read Uriel's Revenge again, you guys. I'm forgetting details. Spoiler character. Shut up. The thing is, I can't remember all the R names for the nomads. So they all start with R, like AR, and they all end with RA, which means that I cannot keep track of them. Patrick, wait, someone's going to get revenge here. Yes, when you're reading it for the first time, I don't know that you expect it to be quite so literal. Okay, try to get this tighter here. There we go. There. Okay. Just have a couple more to do, and then I'll probably call it a night. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's midnight. Maybe I should call it a night now. I do have a unsnoozable alarm clock these days. There. I love that color red. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. The last two that I have are Gondor, which is more like the other ones. It's beautiful. It's got these gold stars here, the tree, and then it's a really nice picture of it. And then the last one is like my least favorite one. I mean, it's fine. It's just, it feels like they phoned it in. I'll show it to you guys. And then I will put these in another time. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna hang them. The Eye of Sauron. And this back part is just like I think it's Mordor. And then it's got the inscription, but it's got these really beautiful leaf details. Keep holding it, trying to get the light, but yeah. But it's it feels less real than the other ones, I guess, just because of how much of the metal is taken up essentially by a piece of paper covered in an acrylic, clear acrylic, like you make those magnets out of, you know. But yeah. I'm a completionist. Arnashura, the philosopher, R. Desira, the engineer, and R. Shakira, the warrior. Thank you. Those all sound very familiar. Fiona Wolf says those do look nice. They are so like quality feeling. Just the weight of them in your hand. And I paid the money to do the challenge, right? Did I run? No. They count walking. And it turns out that if you wear a watch that keeps track of your steps, those will automatically upload if you have it synced, and they'll count. And if you're running around after two toddlers, you get 3 miles in just going about your day. So it was very, very low stress. I still like went out pretty much. I don't know if I did every day when I was doing the challenge, but I tried to put in effort to go above and beyond with actual walking. It was fun. And what I was really paying for was the medal, because they appealed to me. Patrick says all from memory, shifty eyes. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this. I had fun chatting with you guys and arguing about dragons and showing you my Tolkien stuff, my Christmas stuff, and talking with you guys about some of the things that I'm going to be doing this year. And I don't have anything right now for you guys to look forward to other than reviews. I'm still going to be putting out reviews as regularly as I can in the next few weeks and months. Patrick says the dragons are not Jesus, just the Chinese ones. Now, wait a minute. Yes, and I would like to do another book club soon. We sort of talked about a little bit on the Discord about the possibility of something that's not indie. The Seven Sleeper Chronicles came up, and a few of us had read them in our childhood and thought it would be fun to sort of revisit them. They have really awesome covers, and so maybe we'll do that. Obviously, my focus will continue to be on indies, but it's always good to have discussions about books that, especially other readers who have not yet found indies may be familiar with. People who've read people who have read the Seven Sleeper Chronicles as kids are probably likely to be readers of our kind of stuff now. Sci-fi fantasy with open-handed discussion about faith and bigger, deeper themes and stuff. Maybe not quite so heavy-handed as the Sleeper Chronicles. But if someone were to see our discussion and think, oh, I read that, and then see what we say about it, and that can form a basis of like reviewer trust. They liked this, they didn't like that. They seem like a fun person, right? And someone whose opinion I can trust. Maybe I'll try an indie that they recommend. So that's kind of my thinking there. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Thank you guys so much for coming. You guys have a great night, and I will try and stream again soon. All right. Have a good one.